Hi, my name is Bridget Plunket, and I am going to talk to you today about my final project in ED798. A little bit of background about my research. Phonics and phonemic awareness are integral in learning to read. According to Canto, in 2013, a student's ability in phonics and nonsense word reading can predict how well students will do on future reading assessments. Students also benefited from both phonics and differentiated instruction on statewide assessments. Students scored higher on statewide tests when they were provided with increased phonics instruction. In a great debate, educators argue one side of the debate agrees with explicit instruction of literacy skills, and the other side agrees with a student-centered approach to teaching. A compromise of both sides is what students need to have success in reading. Phonics and phonemic awareness are most beneficial when they are taught through multiple intelligences. Choice in learning material based on their specific learning style. And students do better when they are given choices or are more engaged in what they are learning. The purpose of this research was to investigate guided reading and its effect on FAST testing, also known as Formative Assessment System for Teachers. The research question in which I wanted to answer was, how does guided reading impact students' progress on the formative assessment system for teachers in the second grade? The hypothesis was that I believe that guided reading twice a day will increase student scores on the FAST test more than guided reading instruction once a day. The participants in this research were all second graders at Central Primary School in Gonzales, Louisiana. They were selected through a convenience sample. I also work at Central Primary School. There were 32 males and 28 females in this study. Central Primary is a Title I school composed of 826 students, with 52% of those students on free and reduced lunch. The design was quasi-experimental. It was not random in design, and it utilized a convenience sample. One group was taught guided reading once a day, 5 days a week during instruction. The other group was taught guided reading twice a day, 5 days per week during instruction, and again in the afternoons. Pre-test and post-test methods to find if guided reading has an impact on students' FAST test scores. The study began with a pre-test in January 2017 and concluded with a post-test in late 2017. The instrument used for this research was FAST, the Formative Assessment System for Teachers. This instrument is an online tool used by teachers to assess their students in both reading and math. Students complete these tests individually on a computer using headphones. This experiment utilized a composite score on the reading test, which composed of student scores on sentence reading and nonsense word reading. The procedure for this research began with a pre-test in January 2017. The FAST system calculated the student scores. The post-test was completed in April 2017. After the post-test, the FAST system calculates student scores. It compares the scores of students who did guided reading twice a day and those who did guided reading once a day to see if there was an impact on the FAST test. The research analyzed the means of data and ran a t-test. The results showed that guided reading twice a day increased their average score by 8.3 points. The regularly taught guided reading group once a day increased their scores by 6.4 points. The t-test revealed there was no significant difference in the means of the two groups. The results do not support the hypothesis. The t-test revealed that there was not a significant difference in the means of the two groups. Post-test scores were not significantly different enough to reject the null hypothesis that there was no significant difference in the teaching methods. A few limitations for this study. It focused on all second graders in a single school. Possibly in the future, it might need to focus on all grade levels, or possibly expand to testing several different schools. A composite score was used for pre-test and post-test data. The data would be easier to interpret if one component of fast testing was analyzed instead of a composite score. Further research is still needed to prove or disprove the benefits of different learning styles in the classroom. It's possible to analyze just one type of score, such as reading consonant, vowel, consonant words, nonsense words, or sentence reading. Further research on guided reading for different grade levels and their instructional needs is necessary. This will compare similar students and give similar results. Some educational implications were impacts the way of teaching. It provides guided reading with class instruction and can grow students. It gives teachers more time to present phonics instruction. It helps to keep students engaged. It inspires teachers and educators to use multiple intelligences to teach. Students today are very diverse learners and can benefit from the differentiation of learning styles that participating in reading instruction can often provide. Educators can use the findings from this research to build more ways of teaching and engaging students. Guided reading can be used for all students, even if they learn differently. And guided reading repetition can help students grasp concepts and help them excel in their learning. Thank you for coming today and listening to my presentation. Have a great day.